Hi everybody, I'm Dave McLaughlin. I'm the CEO and one of the founders at Vsnap, and we're a very values-based company. We have this barn door in our office in Downtown Crossing, and we have these values. They're very simple, and it just kind of frames the ideas that I want to introduce. You know, be human, make people feel special, only help. Those are really simple ideas, and it's really just this idea that the human layer matters a lot in business. And you know, the ability to convey tone and warmth and sincerity and enthusiasm and trust, all those things are really critical to our decision to do business together. So what we do is we make it easy for salespeople who have no face time with their buyer, in other words, people who can't do those things because they're stuck in email, and email is terrible for nonverbal communication, for emotion, etc. We make it easy for them to send short individual video messages. It is the most efficient way to sort of create that human connection, and it increases your close rate by as much as 34%. So big impact, real simple idea. I don't know if people are kind of aware of what's happening in inside sales, but inside sales has grown 15 times the rate of field sales. So this problem and the pool of people for whom we solve this problem, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I mentioned that 34% number, and I want to give you access to the source. So at the top here, bit.ly/sales-revolution. That has the full case study for our client, Penn Foster. They're a big online education company in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And they found that when they had a call with a prospective student, if they followed up the call with a Vsnap, just a quick, warm video to say, great talking to you, I want you to have a face with the name, I'm here to help if you have any questions. They increased the enrollment among that cohort a third more than the people that they followed up with an email. So that's where you can find that information. Now, I went down to Scranton, which was just a great trip, and the reason I went is actually very special. This woman in the middle is the first non-Vsnap employee to send 1,000 Vsnaps. Awesome, right? I went down there, I spent time in the call center, just seeing how they're building habits and building processes around this simple behavior and completely changing their business. Really, really awesome. The secret is that they use the Vsnap after this engagement. So that prospective student, that prospective customer has kind of given them permission, has indicated they want to be involved. So it's not a prospecting tool. That's kind of a distinction I want to make for you. It's really something that accelerates the sale once the prospective buyer is engaged. You can make it about them, not about you. That's the secret in business, right? We're about to launch our 2.0 product. We're really excited about this. We focused on a few simple things: record, view, and measure. So very streamlined UX, completely rebuilt back end, you know, just a really high-performing, scalable product that's dead easy to use. This is what the feed looks like. If you click over here, you can see the analytics that exists. So if you're running a sales team, you can click on the name of your rep. You can see that, in this case, Chuck has a 60% view rate, whereas the team has a little higher. You know, he's getting a higher response rate. He's sent more than the others. Just easy little dashboards. We also give our customers now the ability to upload the colors of their branding, upload their logo, so that when they send a Vsnap, whereas in the old product, it would have looked like this, in the new product, it looks like your company. So every one of these warm, personal touches is a real, true, special, powerful brand experience. You know, really, really differentiating from the noise of the web. We have new APIs that allow you to take that even further, so that you can completely customize the interface. You can integrate the analytics on the back end with Kissmetrics or Google Analytics or whatever web analytics tool you're using. So you're really, really tracking things in an integrated way. You can change the calls to action so that you're driving very specific actions by the people that you're trying to move. And you can obviously have all of this exist on your URL instead of on ours, if that's important. So basically, with these APIs, almost anything that you want to do, you can now do. So we're really excited about taking this behavior that we've been studying and learning and testing and refining, bringing it into a whole new product that's simpler and cleaner and easier to brand and measure, and giving people the flexibility to take that where they want. Here's another example of an API implementation. And the ask that I have for you is very simple. Even though I've explained this, hopefully it's come across, you know, pretty simply. I would say that you really understand what a Vsnap is and what the behavior is when you feel what it's like to receive one. So I want to invite anybody, email me, hit me on Twitter, and I will send you one tomorrow morning. I won't put you on mailing lists and all that other jargon and all that other sort of nonsense. I'll just send you Vsnap and you'll get a sense of how kind of attentive that feels and why that's so relevant for your business. Thanks, folks. I'd love a couple of questions.
Have you done any integrations with CRM like Salesforce or Microsoft yet?
We have done a Salesforce integration, but because we've completely rebuilt the product and launched it, we now need to update the Salesforce integration. So we're releasing the new product on October 6th, and then the new Salesforce integration will follow very quickly. But the basic functionality of Salesforce integration is every Vsnap you send, we automatically store that in the contact record. When that person watches the Vsnap, we store that as a closed activity so you can see that. And if they mark it, like with a thank you or whatever, we track that as well. The idea there, obviously, is your Salesforce admin can take those closed activities and prompt actions. So, I send Bobby a Vsnap, it registers that it was watched, and that ought to be able to then prompt an open task to say, call her within 30 minutes or whatever. Yeah.
How do you educate the recipient of the Vsnap, since obviously they're not used to getting anything like this? How do they?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, important point. A Vsnap is up to 60 seconds. I report it on any device. I can share the notification in an email, in a tweet, in a LinkedIn message. But then the recipient experience is frictionless. All you have to do is click on a link. You don't have to register for anything. You don't have to download anything. We're very good at the technical minutia of getting past the enterprise firewall, all that kind of stuff. So it's really dead simple. Average view rates across all users are about 50%. Many people, if you're using this kind of in an authentically one-to-one personal way with engaged prospects, your view rates are around 70%. So it doesn't take too much education. At the same time, the new product lets you customize subject lines, which you couldn't do in the old product. So just some simple details around, simple sort of best practices in composing the message and how you structure the way that email notification gets delivered make a big deal.
Have you followed, after someone gets comfortable and opens one, kind of the retention rate for future Vsnaps as opposed to people who open one, they're just like, yeah, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. Have you researched that at all?
No, because it's not really something that you do over and over with the same buyer. Generally, so you download a white paper on my site. What's your name?
Mark.
Mark. So I send you a Visa. Hey, Mark. Thanks for taking a look at that. I'm here to help. Blah blah. Whatever I say. And then either we engage and move to a discovery call, or maybe a month from now or something, I might kind of engage you again. We're not proposing that every communication should be a Vsnap, because the truth is it costs the recipient more in terms of attention to watch a video than to scan an email. What we're saying is there are very specific places in the customer journey where if you can touch them and put your hand on their shoulder, you'll close them at a much higher rate.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, thanks everybody. So David Vsnap,